What's going on, guys? So welcome to another TLG Reacts. I'm Seth, this is Chevy, and we are going to watch the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase that happened yesterday. We're a day behind, but we're going to watch it because there's some stuff there I would like to see for sure. I don't really know what to expect from it. I just know it's a partner showcase, so I expect a lot of little indie games or whatever. I do know for sure, though, that not only do they show the rumored Xbox games that are coming to Nintendo, they have now confirmed that the 4 games that were rumored are in fact the games that are coming to other consoles. But other than that, I don't know what's on this. For anybody who doesn't know, it's Pentiment, Grounded, Hi-Fi Rush, and Sea of Thieves, which are the games that are coming to other consoles. I do believe it was confirmed that those are coming to PS5, or at least Sea of Thieves is, which is really interesting. But I don't know if we're going to hear about that or not here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to show that. Chevy, how you doing?
Doing good.
All right. Well, I was going to say since the last episode, how you been? But you weren't on the last episode. The last episode was me reacting to the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree official gameplay reveal. You haven't watched it.
I have not.
So if you guys will humor us, we're going to watch that real quick so Chevy can give you his opinions on it. I'll add a couple things I think as well, but this is mainly Chevy's reaction, and then we will watch the Nintendo Showcase. If you don't want to watch this reaction, just skip forward like 3 minutes and you should be, or 5 minutes, you should be good. Anything you want to say before we watch this?
Though I have not technically beaten Elden Ring, I've pretty much seen the entire game at this point, so I am looking forward to seeing what they add. I'm curious how much content it's going to be as well, because I know they've done extra content quite a bit in the past, but I never have paid attention to how long they were, because I don't really play these types of games very often. Elden Ring just happened to be one that did kind of click with me a little bit, so.
It's really good. Mm-hmm. It's 2 years old now. Just crazy. But yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, let's watch this, then we can talk about it. This is Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree official gameplay reveal trailer. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Peggy 16.
Indeed.
Good old Peggy. Ooh.
Pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men.
Okay, I remember
There
this.
is nothing more terrifying. In that forsaken place, blood must spill. Blood of your fellows. The Erdtree faithful.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
The giant. Reminds me of like a Bloodborne boss almost. How much it moves.
Is creepy, yeah.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light?
I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Miquella is doing here.
Oh, it's beautiful. And I got some creepy ones in this.
Of the race of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of restless flame.
Come now. Touch the withered arm
What is that?
and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
So it's June 21st. Here's this collector's edition, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
There's also, you can buy it separately from their website, but you can buy, I think it's his helmet.
Mm.
So I think it's interesting. You just buy the helmet.
Didn't they do a helmet with the original
I think
version?
it's with the collector's edition,
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
but I could be wrong. But yeah, what'd you think? Whoa. Not sure
I
how this-
mean, I love the art style in the game anyways, but holy crap is it good looking, man.
oh yeah,
I mean, I could look at the environments all day long. They're fantastic. There's so much stuff I don't recognize, and it's like how much of it's new, how much of it isn't when it comes to the gear and stuff. But it all seemed pretty new to me. I didn't recognize any of it. The enemy designs were also like super creepy, like across the board, pretty much, with like the one exception, you know, and even he's still kind of creepy. But the guy, the statue is modeled after. He's the only one who had like kind of normal proportions. The giant bonfire monster there, that thing's crazy looking.
yeah. I was reading an interview,
I hate that. I hate that.
and he was saying that this is just filled with bodies that had to be burned,
Interesting.
which is pretty creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, the tapeworm thing's gross. This thing is so cool looking, man.
This thing I was confused by because when I was watching it originally, I was like, it's moving crazy. Like, how's it moving like so wild? But then when you watch this scene right here, you can see it's a dude standing on another dude.
Yeah. Oh, say there's like human legs under there. So.
No, not down there, but right here.
Oh, yep, I see it. Yeah.
Someone's standing on somebody else. That's why I made a joke about somebody's trying to sneak into a movie theater.
Right.
But I thought that was really creative. This is actually what I was trying to talk to you about earlier, but I was like, oh, you haven't watched it yet. So I thought it was neat that it's just two people
Yeah.
working as one. So that'll definitely be an interesting boss fight.
That must have been crazy to animate.
For sure. Because I was trying to make, like, I was like, this doesn't make sense. Even in the very beginning, when it shows its head, you see a hand come out and move the head. See, there's a hand right there.
Oh yeah. That's so wild.
It's a really crazy boss design.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. I thought that was really
Interesting.
neat.
Yeah. And then this guy, really lanky, obviously, but the most normal-ish looking one. I wonder if that lasts throughout the fight, since the game has shown multiple phases are definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I got two like scimitars there, throwing some knives. This spell looks cool. I liked playing a spellcaster. The martial arts stuff. What is that?
I was like, there's kung fu in the game now. Like, it's fucking cool.
Yeah, and then
I
this
love
thing.
the armor. I love that weapon. It just shoots like a machine gun.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. It's like it's
Yeah.
firing off fireworks.
Yeah. And then the summon.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love the glowing
Because you can
flowers.
see, just like when you use the dragon head summon.
Yeah, it's like
Right there.
the beast magic or whatever it's
Yep.
called. And then this dance out in the
at
flowers,
its head.
basically.
How its head's twirling.
Oh yeah.
It's really crazy looking. This thing's ugly as
The
shit.
weird hippopotamus thing
Yeah.
or whatever that is. And then it kind of does like a porcupine type of deal. I don't know, man. The designs are crazy. I love it.
This guy's interesting because when I first watched it, I focused on his head and how he's pulling this, and it's pulling his head out of his body. But if you look, this is all moving up too. So I think he's pulling out a weapon. I think it's going to be a sword.
Yeah.
I watched somebody else react to this, and they were saying, like, oh, whatever he's pulling his head off for. And I'm like, I think he's pulling a weapon out of himself. See how it's like starting to almost turn into a sword?
And then this is funny because this reminds me of what's his Jiva, I might be butchering the name, from Monster Hunter, slams its hand on the ground. It does a shockwave, and there's a slight pause, and then pushes its hand in, and an explosion happens. That was very similar there, which is kind of funny.
This shield has 2 spikes on it,
Yeah.
which is interesting. And then he's dual wielding it with this dual-sided saber thing.
Yeah, it's funny
Or not
because
saber, but a spear.
when we were watching the first time, when I said, "What is that?" I was talking about that shield. I was like, I don't understand what that is.
Yeah, it's
So,
a crazy combo they got going on here.
yeah.
A couple things I got since my reaction. This could be. I'm pretty sure it's accurate because I read through the interview and was double checking it. But if something's incorrect here, let me know. But the surface area is larger than Limgrave, so it's a
whole zone. Then.
It's its own zone.
Yeah.
It's not attached to the original game. You have to teleport there, and that's what that thing in the beginning was. That was like an egg with the guy hanging out. That thing hanging out. The thing you said looked familiar.
Yeah, you fight the blood boss in front of him.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's what teleports you there.
Interesting.
This 10 plus boss fights, like main bosses. 8 new weapon categories. I don't know what that means, but that doesn't sound like 8 new weapons. That sounds like more than that. So maybe that shield thing is a weapon category. I don't know. Field areas, legacy dungeons, and other smaller dungeons. So a lot of what you expect. I guess they've been designed in a more seamless way, though, which was interesting to hear. And field and dungeon areas connected more seamlessly. And then one of the notes was new swamp, because From Software loves their swamps. So that'll be interesting. Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Erdtree comes out June 21st, $40. Which I was confused by the first day because when I was looking it up, there's places that were selling for $50, but I think those were like you get an art book or something. I don't know what the hell that was about, but it's $40 on Steam, so that's what you'll be paying unless I love that.
Yeah.
That's what you'll be paying unless you want to get the special edition, which I feel like I missed out on the original special edition, so maybe I'll look. I fucking hate that thing.
Yeah, it's gross.
They in the interview they asked what was up with that. And he's like, I can't tell you. And I was just like, that makes sense. I don't want to know anyway. Yeah. Anything else? Looks cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
You got to beat it.
Yeah, I do. That's going to be tricky because I've started over in a co-op game, and timing with people's hard. So
True. Very true. All right. Well, let's move on to the next video. Unless you have anything else to say, let us know in the comments. If you have anything you want to add to that, any new information that's come out since the reveal, throw it in the comments below. All right, this is Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. This is 23 minutes, and we should start watching it. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh my god.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation,
free YouTube
we'll be
music.
focusing on Nintendo Switch games launching in the first
Sounds
half
like
of
free YouTube music.
2024 from our publishing and development
The vibe
partners.
is way different than when you
Okay,
watch the
let's
Xbox
get into some
showcase or the
headlines.
Yeah.
PlayStation showcase.
Strive to
There
survive.
it is.
Bad, huh? I still
Get ready to embark on an enormous
Played it
adventure
in early
of
access. It was neat.
pint-sized proportions.
It was unfinished though.
After being shrunken down at the hands of an evil corporation, you must explore a vast, immersive world right in your own backyard. Assemble your crew and work together in online, cross-platform co-op with up to 3 friends, or take on the adventure solo. Gather resources to build your base and craft weapons, armor, and tools to improve
Hopefully
your
the
chances
base building
of
is
survival.
improved because
Use
that
the tools you
that
craft
left
to
something to be
forge
desired.
plant life.
But other than that,
But
it was
watch
pretty neat.
out.
I really like the
You
concept.
aren't alone
Yeah.
out there. Work your way through the campaign to uncover the mysteries of the backyard. Or build, share, and play your own creations in Playgrounds
Also, it's really cool to
mode.
see this coming to
Do you
Switch.
have what it takes to make it big in this minuscule world and fend off its creepy, crawly
When the
inhabitants?
rumors were talking about it, I
Go
was like,
big
yeah, it makes sense
or
for PS5
never
for
go
sure.
home. When Grounded launches on the
expecting it.
Nintendo Switch system April
But
16th.
Xbox Game Studios. You're gonna see more and more of that.
A tale of destruction and renewal unfolds in this return to the Ender Lilies world. This once flourishing country sits atop a wealth of buried magic.
Name's familiar to me for some reason.
Homunculi, artificial life forms created as the country flourished, were meant to bring about a brighter future. As Lilac, you'll reluctantly bond with and journey alongside a homunculus who played a pivotal role in the country's demise. When the magic buried beneath the surface became corrupted, the citizens fled upward to escape its reach. But those who lacked power and wealth remained
I don't know
abandoned
why,
below.
but it's like reminding me of like Odin Sphere or something.
Along your
Oh, no.
journey, you'll battle rampaging homunculi. Upon liberating them, the creations will join you on your adventure, becoming your companions and lending their aid.
Okay.
What awaits Lilac and the homunculi at the end of their journey?
I love the way it looks. I just
Find out
I don't
when
play these
Ender
types of
Magnolia
games.
Bloom
Yeah.
in the Mist
So it's
Yeah,
kinda-
same.
it's
launches
kinda
on
hard.
Nintendo Switch this year. It's your adventure, your way, in these Nintendo Switch games.
Prove it.
Explore an interconnected
Oh my
world
God,
of
what the
puzzles
fuck?
in this charming adventure. Slide across rows and columns on a sprawling gameplay grid where everything moves when you move.
Chocobo Dungeon?
Solve puzzles by venturing out into the
Yeah,
wilderness,
kinda.
helping out the townsfolk, and taking down monsters in handcrafted dungeons. What awaits you on this curious journey of self-discovery? The world is yours to solve in A Ranger, a role-puzzling adventure,
Yeah, it's
sliding onto Nintendo Switch
A little too
this summer.
puzzly.
Guide Elaine, a young prince on a journey to liberate 5 nations
This
from the
is
mighty Empire's
Studio,
dominion.
though.
Customize your troops, form your strategy,
I could be wrong,
then
but, like,
unleash your
that looks
army on
very
the
awesome.
opposing Zenoiran forces. Your real-time strategy
demo came
planning
out
will
today, though.
turn the tide of war. During battle, you may get to recruit new allies or be faced with difficult decisions. Atlas and Vanillaware present
Vanillaware.
Unicorn Overlord, launching on Nintendo Switch March 8th. A demo will be available today on Nintendo eShop.
I should try that out.
Yeah.
Originally
I haven't
released
used my
on the
Switch in
Nintendo 3DS system, the
fucking
first
a year.
Monster Hunter Stories game returns, now fully voiced and in HD.
Oh, interesting.
As a rider, you'll befriend and fight alongside monsters in turn-based
I
combat
heard that was
to confront
fun,
the
but
black
I have the
blight
second
that
one.
plagues the world.
This looks so much worse
Many
than that.
familiar monsters from across the series
How
are
old is
included.
The first
Plus,
one.
you can browse artwork and
Second
listen
one's
to
kinda
music
neat.
in the
I-
newly added museum.
It's a JRPG. Wrong
Take
time for it.
flight in
Sure.
Monster Hunter Stories, soaring onto the Nintendo Switch system this
I like
summer.
when they bring back games that didn't have voice acting and add voice acting. It's a small thing, but like it just adds a lot. Don't even talk about them.
On a peculiar day, Yen Sid's mischievous mirror
Hi.
lured Mickey Mouse into his workshop. Finding the magic paintbrush, a curious Mickey creates a mess and becomes trapped in a magical wasteland
That's your fault.
inhabited by forgotten and rejected
Crawled in
characters.
a mirror and started fucking around with stuff.
The platforming adventure Epic Mickey returns in a faithful remake of the beloved classic.
I forgot that existed.
Explore this unusual dimension, using the magic brush to shape the world
Honestly, it
with
looks
paint and
alright.
paint thinner on the path to become an epic hero.
Just again.
Disney Epic Mickey
play a lot of
Rebrushed
platformers.
launches on Nintendo Switch this year. Next, please take a look at this.
Okay. Isn't that the most recent one that came out?
I'm afraid Tokyo experienced its own peculiar occurrence while you were away.
5 or 6.
I'll be counting on you to gather more intel on the matter.
I suspected to be traveling back and forth between Tokyo and the Netherworld.
Oh, that's
This
the
place
one.
is definitely
Yeah,
I
dangerous.
remember that
That's about
outfit.
all we know right now.
How
Look
generic
out.
it looks.
Who are you?
Now let's kill this thing.
And so we have found it.
Heard it was good.
To the resurrection.
So what? This is where you prove you can fight? You think you can just fly in and be a hero?
If it wasn't for you, my brother would never have been dragged into this war.
You're not alone. If you want revenge, then I'll help you get it.
Allow me to remind you how you were wronged by this world.
Enter or return to this ravaged wasteland and experience an untold story on your adventure. Let's take a look at some more headlines. Get ready to unite and fight in these Nintendo Switch games. Fight in iconic battles from across the Star Wars galaxy in this collection of 2 classic games. Up to 64 players can strike back against familiar faces in massive online battles. This collection includes additional playable characters such as Kit Fisto and additional maps like Jabba's Palace. Plus, battle as your favorite heroes or villains in Hero Assault. Play as Luke
Somebody
Skywalker,
made the joke that
Darth
they're
Vader,
like,
and more on maps
I think they
including
got
Death
confused
Star
when we
and
said we
Naboo.
wanted more Battlefront 2
Star
content.
Wars Battlefront Classic Collection launches on the Nintendo Switch system March 14th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Kind of interested in that. That they're up to 64 players and releasing it both in one package.
Welcome to
It's kind of
South
interesting.
Park. As the new
Yeah.
kid.
All right, you're on now, new kid.
Join Cartman, Stan, and the rest of the gang to save the town in this co-op action game. Choose from a wide range of iconic
I
South
forgot
Park
about this
items
game.
and cosmetics to customize your character however you'd like. Once you're set, it's time for battle. Take on an avalanche of enemy factions in solo play or online co-op with up to 3 friends. Grab your gang and head into the fray in South Park Snow Day. Launching on Nintendo Switch
Is it like an
March
adventure
26th.
or is it like a
Pre-orders are
horror
available now on Nintendo
game? Or
eShop.
It's a snow day, dude.
what kind of game is it?
Action.
Sharpen
Action
your
game.
steel for the latest entry
so.
in the Sword Art Online series. When the virtual
still
world
going on.
goes haywire, the past and present collide. Alongside former adversaries and fallen allies, it's up to you to save the world. Experience a whole new single-player story or take the battle online with up to 20 players in co-op play. Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream launches on Nintendo
20
Switch
players,
this
just
year.
raids.
Pretty much.
Break, build, and battle your ultimate Gundam in Gundam Breaker 4. Choose from over 250 base kits.
Dang.
Combine and customize their parts to build your very own mobile suit model, known as
Jesus.
Gunpla. Then put your creation to the test in a variety of combat missions. By
Interesting.
defeating enemies and acquiring new parts, you can equip more abilities to craft
like a,
the ultimate Gunpla.
Did I see where it's
Plus,
talking?
you can show off your
No, it
builds
looks like a
and snap
lesser
pics
Armored
in
Core.
the new diorama mode.
Just with a shitload
Prepare for
of
battle
mechs.
when Gundam Breaker 4 launches on Nintendo Switch this year. Let's get down
Oh,
to
yeah.
monkey business. The newest entry in the Super Monkey Ball series rolls onto Nintendo Switch. Over 200 brand new stages
on
await
phone?
with optional motion controls.
No idea.
Using
I
the
would
new
play it if it
Spin
was on my
Dash move,
phone.
you can
I don't
blast
think I'd
over
buy that on my
obstacles
Switch.
and create shortcuts to victory. Have a ball with friends and family.
So every time I
in
see a game like this, I
four-player
always
local
think
co-op.
back to Marble Madness and shit.
Up to 16 players can
Oh,
battle online as
damn.
they tilt their way to be the top banana. Be the first to the finish line in race mode.
That's irresponsible.
Grab the falling bananas in Banana Hunt. Team up to take down robots in Robot Smash and more. Get ready to roll, tilt, dash, and party in one
Damn.
appealing adventure when Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch system June 25th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo
Obviously, that
eShop.
game's not like impressive looking, but I think it's insane that the Switch just
Get ready
gets
for a
exclusives all the time randomly, and
good
it's
time.
like a really old console at this point.
It's liquidy. It's solidy. It's goo. Stretch it, shape it, and use it to build strategic structures. In this physics-based puzzler, you can build towers, bridges, and even whatever this is.
True.
Your goal is to guide as much goo as possible into a vast global pipe distribution network. But where do the pipes lead? Certainly nowhere sinister. Put your imagination to the test as you build, splash, explode, destroy, fly, and roll your goo to the goal.
Bye-bye.
You'll encounter different types of goo balls with unique properties, including explosive goo, jelly goo, and more. Plus, exclusive to the Nintendo Switch version, you can build with up to 3 buds in local co-op play.
And they're just really
World of Goo
making everything
2
co-op.
They're
launches
doing
as a
God's
console
work.
exclusive on
'Cause
Nintendo Switch May
Every
23rd.
game I see, most of the time, I'm like, needs co-op, needs co-op, needs co-op.
Build a life transcending time. Craft your story 1,000 years in the making in a brand new fantasy life game. This once thriving island in the seas of Bavaria now stands deserted. Travel to the island's past to
It's more
gather
detailed than
resources,
the
then
most
use
recent
them to
Pokemon
restore
games.
the island in the present. You'll start out by assuming one of many different roles called lives. Why not become a miner to collect ore?
That's a good question.
How about a magician to take down monsters?
I feel like we played one of these on
Or even a
DS.
carpenter to craft furniture? You can swap between these lives.
I don't know,
and
it sounds
many
super
more
familiar
as
to me
you
for some
rebuild
reason.
the island. As you travel through time, you'll
I'm pretty
gradually uncover
positive
truths about your new
the
island
job
home.
thing, the life thing or whatever,
Yeah.
is the thing that kind of
Additionally,
struck a
up to
chord
4
with me.
players can
So I
journey
remember
together
trying
online. Invite friends
a
to the
co-op
island and set off to discover the secrets
game
that lie in store.
DS where you could be
This
like
life
combat
is
or
yours
like
to
a
live in.
crafter or something like that.
Fantasy
Yeah, it sounds
Life
super
I,
familiar.
The Girl Who Steals Time, launching on Nintendo Switch October 10th. It's time to hunt for, trash?
The
Go on
world
Twitter.
these days is dark and mean.
Fucking preach.
Even the water tastes unclean.
Need I remind you all how threatening the ocean is outside this reef?
Scour the depths of a polluted
trust that guy
undersea
for some
world
reason.
in this Souls-like adventure.
Souls-like.
Recently had my shell taken away.
If you can go get that treasure they're jawing about, I'll gladly trade your shell for it.
Protect yourself with whatever you can find, from cans to cardboard, during your hunt to reclaim your prized shell.
It would appear the hunt is on, I say.
A little higher quality than I was expecting it to be.
True, yeah.
But you'll
was gonna
run
say, it
into
looks
a few
kinda
crabby
decent.
predators
Yeah.
along the way.
Perhaps we can work out a deal.
Also, leave it to Nintendo to have a Souls-like that's just like a crap
Use over
game.
60 ability-granting shells.
Everyone else is
and
like, we
harness
gotta
powerful
emulate
umami
Dark
magic
Souls, and
to
there's like,
take down enemies in frenetic deep-sea combat.
We'll make it into
What other
crabs.
threats lie in the ocean depths? As
Kinda
they
wanna try
say,
this.
One crab's trash is
say
another
it
crab's
doesn't even look
treasure.
bad, so-
Launching
Yeah.
on Nintendo Switch April 25th.
I wonder if it's going on anything else.
These Nintendo Switch games will have you dashing, dropping, and drilling.
We'll see.
Join Penny and Yo-Yo in a brand new 3D platforming adventure from the team that brought you Sonic Mania. Dash,
Oh,
swing,
this is that game.
ride,
This is their
and master the
own
cosmic
original
string in
idea.
over 40 levels across 11 vibrant worlds, all while outrunning a massive penguin army and a colorful cast of bosses. Feast on power-ups to activate transformations. Help out the denizens during your acrobatic escapades.
I hope that game's
and
good
put your
and
tricks
does
to the
well,
test
'cause
in a time attack
Sonic
mode.
Mania is like one of the best Sonic games.
Hope you're
in
ready to
years.
go, because Penny's Big Breakaway launches on Nintendo Switch today.
Sweet
Local
game.
2-player battles are coming as paid DLC to the fruit matching phenomenon,
Had it
Suika
versus?
Game. Choose from 3 modes: Original, Time Limit,
Paid DLC.
and Attack. Aim for a higher score than your opponent in original mode. Make
Wait, is this
split-second
available in
decisions
the English
against the
store now?
clock in time limit mode.
Oh no.
I had to make a
And overwhelm
Japanese
your opponent with bunches of
Nintendo
fruit in
account to
attack
buy
mode.
this game originally.
Plus, online multiplayer will be added to the DLC in the future.
Seems like
Get battling
they're
when
not
this paid
encouraging
DLC
you
for
to make a
Suikoden
Japanese
drops
account.
onto the Nintendo
I'm
Switch
not buying
system
it again.
today. A bundle of the game and DLC is also available today.
Interesting.
Gear up for some thrilling drilling in the 2D action platformer Pepper Grinder.
Volver.
Yeah,
Burrow
it's a
through
Volver
terrain.
It's kind of
Pulverize
neat.
enemies in your way. And ride on gnarly vehicles to recover your missing fortune. Pepper Grinder drills its way
is
onto
Gurren
Nintendo
Lagann?
Switch March 28th.
Kinda,
a demo
yeah.
will be available today on Nintendo eShop.
It's kind of a neat idea for a platformer that you're digging through the ground like
Giddy
that.
up for a fusion of solitaire and horse racing in this remastered version
my
of Pocket
God,
Card
no.
Jockey. Take cards to create
Why-
a sequence of numbers
why are their heads so
and build
big?
up power during a race.
They would totally topple
Check the
forward.
positions of other horses, spend power
Their
to
heads are
move
bigger
around
than
the
their
course,
bodies.
and grab special cards to gain the upper hoof. Win events to get new horses, then breed them to race the next generation of ideal
hard pass.
steeds.
Yeah, I'm not playing this.
You can even race online against other players. It's off to the races in Pocket Card Jockey Ride On, launching on Nintendo
I would love to
Switch
see the
today.
data on that game after it releases, what the sales look like and who's playing it.
Gambling junkies.
Yeah, maybe. On Switch. Snufkin.
I mean, one of the big mobile games in Japan is a horse racing one. So
I do not like the way that looks graphically. Oh yeah, this Mario Party game. I need to go back and fucking play that game. Because when it came out, it had all these problems. I had to like reinstall it like 3 times and I stopped playing it. New Contra. Konami's just like, we're kind of back. We're kind of putting a little bit of effort. That's that Pentiment game I was talking about. It's kind of neat looking. When they're talking about like, we got a couple games that don't really need to be like console exclusive, like yeah,
That
Pentiment
almost
definitely
wraps
doesn't
up
need
this
it should be on
Nintendo
everything.
Direct Partner Showcase. But before we go, we have 2 more announcements to share. First, please take a look at this.
we're done, but encore.
Yeah, but 2 things.
Okay.
Back when
Diddy
that
Kong Racing?
name meant something, that'd be sick.
Battle.
That was it a collection?
Oh, hey.
Yeah, it looks like it. I've never played it.
Oh shit.
I'm good. I'm trying to live like a more like chill life in my old age. Last Core. Fuck yeah, dude. I love that game.
These games are available today. You can play them with an active Nintendo Switch Online or Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack membership.
The expansion would get you 64 games.
Next is our last announcement. Please
And all
take a look.
DLCs for Nintendo games that come out. So
Oh, for a second I was like, Dave the Diver? If it's not on Switch, it should be on Switch. I don't know if it is or not. This is just Dave the Diver realistic. Steve the Swimmer. Is that the
A
name of it?
mysterious underwater world is yours to explore.
You
in
can't
an
finish on
all-new
this.
Endless ocean game. Welcome to the Veiled Sea, a location known to very few people.
I'm not playing this.
This unexplored region changes with each dive. offering new things to discover. Up to 30 players online can plunge into the ocean's depths together. Share your discoveries with other divers.
It's going to be 30 players total.
And exchange
online.
a friendly greeting while freely exploring the vast ocean.
I hate being underwater games. This is like...
There are over
yeah, that's why Dave the
500
Diver
different
just like
species
proves how
of
good it
marine
is.
life
It's
to
like that's not even a
encounter.
game I would typically play, but it's just solid. But you want me to just hang out underwater?
Creatures thought to be extinct.
This game is for fucking...
And others may be
oh,
mythical.
God. I forgot his name right now. James Cameron. This is just his game.
He can get in his submersible, go underwater, and play a Switch down there.
What will you find on your undersea journey? Endless Ocean Luminous launches on the Nintendo Switch system May 2nd.
That name's not gonna
Pre-orders
stick, dude.
begin
I'm not gonna
today
remember that.
on Nintendo eShop.
We hope you're looking forward to exploring the vast ocean on Nintendo Switch. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase.
I think it's
Thank
good.
you for watching.
On the Luminous. I already forgot it. Endless something. Endless Ocean Luminous. Oh yeah. That crab game was like the big surprise of the show. Jesus. All right. What do we think?
Well, first off, I think they did quite a lot in 23 minutes. So
yeah, for sure.
Bravo on that. And honestly, it didn't feel like 23 minutes, so that was good. They kept the ball rolling, kept showing new stuff, kept talking very minimally in between stuff. Like, it was just really good, rapid fire announcements, trailers, etc.
Huge variety of games too.
Definitely. It's kind of nice to see specifically that grounded on Switch. That's not really what I would have expected, but good on them for doing it. There's a bunch of games in there. Realistically, a lot of these games just weren't my cup of tea, but there's a couple things that kind of stood out to me. The Fantasy Life game I'm curious about, just because I feel like I'm pretty sure I played one of those before. The crab game looks interesting. I like Suika game. I just would have to buy the DLC in the Japanese store, so that would involve getting more yen. There was a couple JRPGs early on too that looked kind of interesting. I still haven't played Shin Megami 5. There was it's Unicorn something.
Overlord.
Yeah, this demo's out. I might download this. Check this out. I think it's also available on PlayStation. So, but it looks interesting. I love the art style. So,
yeah, they definitely have a style.
Yeah,
like animation type.
And it's just got traditional combat. It looks like, which I enjoy. So, there was something else in there that I was interested in. I really don't understand the bringing back of the old Battlefield, but I'm sure some people Battlefront. There we go. Some people were interested in it. Enter Magnolia visually looks cool. I just know I won't play it. I can't remember the other one, but yeah, overall it was all right. It's hard for me to be like super excited because there's just a lot of titles that I'm just not going to play. But
yeah, and the Switch is at the end of its life cycle. We'll be hearing about a Switch 2 this year, likely, and I love that they're still supporting it so aggressively because Nintendo competes with itself, and so a lot of these games I'm looking at, I'm like, I'd still play that. Like, and these are all new games for basically an old console. So, but yeah, because it's a partner showcase, so it's nothing mainline for them. And then also it's like a lot of indie games, stuff like that, on a console that's 2 generations behind now. Yeah, it wasn't like super exciting, but I did kind of love to see that if you have a Switch right now, like you're still getting so much value out of that thing. It's pretty crazy. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so there's some stuff that caught my eye here. Grounded on Switch looks pretty decent. I wouldn't play it on here, but I like that it's on here. It's smart, extending the Xbox conversation that we've been having for the last 2 weeks of them publishing their games on other consoles to bring a game like this to the Switch. And if it runs good, great on them for doing that. This is a game that I think will benefit from being on everything. If it can connect crossplay, that'd be awesome. And the big thing for me though, hopefully it runs smooth. Hopefully Xbox is able to do that on the Switch, because it'd be a big get to be able to play that on the go, especially because it's a newer game. So I think it'd be good for them. Unicorn Overlord I think looks cool. Definitely a game I am actually curious to play. I have enough JRPGs on my plate right now, but if it's on my Switch, I'm going to take it on the go. It has a different kind of vibe to it, but I have a lot of half-beaten JRPGs on my Switch, so I should probably finish some of those before I think about getting another one. Monster Hunter Stories is interesting to see. I never played that one, but I have played the second one. And it's pretty good. So I never beat it, but it's good. But I like that they're doing the voice acting on that. I kind of went over that already. There was something else. Shin Megami Tensei 5 doesn't really do much for me. I do appreciate the series and all that, but visually it just doesn't do anything for me. But I've heard it's good, so I can always be sold. And it's cool to see that they're still working on it, even though it's definitely not the pride of oh god, who makes these again?
Atlas?
Yeah, because it doesn't get the same kind of reception as Persona, and it doesn't look like as well made either. But I'm glad to see they're still around because they've been around forever. Battlefront is really interesting to me because if you would have asked me what I think they're going to do with the Battlefront series moving forward, it would not be bring back both games, up the player count to 64 players, which I think it was like that on PC, but for console it's very cool. And I'm curious how they're going to blend the two games. I think it'd be better if they would have just made one game with all the content of both games, but whatever. But it sounds kind of cool. I loved the Battlefront games back in the day, and it's neat that they're bringing them back. So yeah, I'm kind of curious about the South Park game, but I also don't know anything about it. So the only thing that sounds interesting to me about it is it's co-op, and that could be fun. It kind of reminds me back in the day on the 64, that South Park game back then that I had a lot of fun with back then. So could be cool, but also they don't really say anything about the game. There's you can make your own character, which is cool. I like that. And you can do all this action shit, which I like, but what's the concept? What do we do? Is it a story? Is it a arena game? They didn't really explain a whole lot, so I guess I'll just wait for reviews. I have no interest in Sword Art Online, both show and game, but this 20-person raid thing is kind of neat sounding, but I have no affinity for it, so I can't really be too interested in it. Kind of curious about Super Monkey Ball. I'm not going to pick it up just because I don't have the time to play a game like this, but I would. I like simple games like this. They're always fun. Something else. That Fantasy Life game also sounded kind of cool to me. I do also have a weird, I don't know if it's a memory I've blocked out of my head or not, but I have this faint memory of playing a game like this, so I think you're probably onto something. The big game of the show was I don't know what it's called, another Crab's Treasure, which is higher quality than it deserves to be, more cinematic than it deserves to be. It's a Souls-like, which is fascinating. And yeah, if that comes out to PC, I would maybe try it. I'm actually really impressed with how it looks though, for a Switch game that's not a main first party game. So it sounds kind of cool. Penny's Big Breakaway I'm kind of curious about too, just because I really like what they did with Sonic Mania, and that they just went hey, we don't own Sonic, so we're gonna make another platformer. And the internet died apparently. That they're just gonna make their own unique original title. I think is really cool because they obviously have the talent, and now if they can make their own thing that they don't have to be beholden of some other company, right. I think it's a smart move because they got the talent. Sonic Mania was one of the best Sonic games I'd played in a long time. So they did a great job with that. And let's see, Pepper Grinders looked kind of cool. Definitely looks like a Devolver game, which tells me it probably doesn't have a whole lot of depth to it, but it's a cool idea. And so, yeah, I would definitely be interested in trying that. Kingdom Come Deliverance was a nice reminder that I need to play that. I do also want to try out this Demon Slayer game, just because I like Mario Party and I like Demon Slayer. So I think that would be a fun game to play. And I think it's fascinating that they made a Mario Party game out of Demon Slayer. Pentiment also I'd like to try out. I never played that for whatever reason, and I would like to check that out. And I have absolutely no interest in Endless Ocean Luminous. I appreciate that they were so bold as to end the show with this, but also that somebody was so bold as to make it, because I'm not trying to be an asshole here. Obviously I'm not the demographic, but I'm curious about who the demographic is. And I would be really happy if I heard that it was just like popping and like there's a huge community of people playing it. Maybe there's people looking for these chill vibes.
Also, the fact that you can just hang out with 29 other people.
Yeah,
I mean that's kind of wild.
Yeah, if you're like, I mean, maybe you're like into scuba diving in real life, and you and your buddies want to do this when you're not like hanging out. I could see that, but it's so specific.
It's very niche.
Yeah, that it's kind of wild. But I always like seeing games that really I don't know who the audience is, because I love, reminds me of like the old days when it's the Wild West and people made like whatever the hell is on their mind. So I'm glad to see that's alive and well. But yeah, overall the show wasn't fantastic. It was just a partner showcase, kind of showing off. We got titles coming from everywhere. I think they did a good job on that. I think the show did a really good job on its pacing, the amount of stuff they showed. They showed so many fucking things in this, so many games.
Yeah, it's pretty packed.
Yeah, like if you got a Switch, you got plenty of games coming, which is awesome to see. Just no like big standout titles that are like huge, except for I do really want to check out that Unicorn Overlord game and the Crab game. So, but on that, yeah, it was fine. If I were to grade it, I would give it, I don't know, like a C plus, B minus. I don't know, probably C plus. It was a little better than passing for me, but as a presentation, I'd give it like, a B plus. Like I think they did a really good job on that. Just the content itself, a lot of stuff that just doesn't really do much for me. So,
yeah, I mean, I agree with you on the content wise. It didn't really do a whole lot for me, but I as a whole package, I do think it was done really well, and I didn't feel like I sat here the whole time. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a B.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have to be the target audience to enjoy stuff like this, but
yeah,
there's a couple things in there for me. So
yeah. All right. Well, anything else?
Nope.
Let us know in the comments what games stood out to you. What games are you excited for? What do you think about that Battlefront game coming out? What do you think about the Xbox games finally being revealed and coming to Switch, which is really cool to see? And yeah, are you excited for anything that was showed off here? Is there anything you're hoping for from Nintendo in the future, possibly? And what do you think about the Switch in its life cycle and the Switch 2? Let us know everything you think about in the comments below when it comes to all of this stuff. I've been Seth, this has been Chevy. Thank you, Chevy, for joining me. Thank you guys for joining us for this. And stay tuned. We will have more shows out soon. We got Plus Club, Game of the Month coming up. Tastecast, if we can fit it in. It's like getting kind of tight here, but I would like to get one in. And yeah, until the next episode, have a good one, guys, and take it easy.